And also I added this. That is really cool. I was really happy with that sound. I didn't know at first if that was going to be part of the main bass or if it was going to be in the background. But I just did a whole lot of experimenting, and in the end I thought, that would be really cool for the background, because in the background I usually put some kind of screech. Which I did on the second part, and then that screech, let's see, is it on this one? Okay, yeah, so now I'm remembering what I did. I'm just opening this project now. It's been, oh boy, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks since I last worked on it. When I get close to finishing a song, I will take a break from it for however long and then work on other stuff and then come back to it, because after working on a song for a couple days straight, your ears are just going to get so tired and you're going to get sick of it, and you're not really going to be able to hear it very clearly. Your ears are just so tired from it. So yeah, I usually wait to put the screech on, usually until the second part of the drop. But in this one, I put the screech on right away in the first part of the drop, which is this right here. And then I decided for the second part, that's where I added this other sound. That worked out really nice, I thought. And so something else really cool that I did here was during my sound design sessions, I will make fills, but the fills aren't specific to any song. So when I did sound designing session for this song, I didn't do the fills. I did the fills on a different day, and all the fills that I create go into just a folder called fills. And I label the folder as like 140 BPM, 150 BPM. I made a bunch of fills one day, and these are the fills that I pulled out of that folder. And something I think is really cool about doing it like that, it's more random. And I think when you give a fill a certain amount of randomness, then it makes it more memorable. Because if you listen to this fill, it fits within the context of the song, but none of the sounds that make up the fill are anywhere to be found in the song at all. And I ended up using, let's see, 3 fills, and I think this other fill that I have here is just like a trap snare. Yeah, it's trap snare. So I ended up using three fills here. We'll listen to each one here. Putting this snare before it was just something that kind of happened as I was making the fill to transition into the second half. I think what happened was I accidentally left it over here. Yeah, fill 1, see fill snare 1 number 2, and if we go look at this one over here, it says fill snare number 1. That is because I accidentally left it over here in front of this one, and when it played, I was like, wow, that actually sounds really cool to transition from the song into the fill. So if we just listen to the fill, it sounds like this. And it's just a coincidence that there is snares in the fill and that there's snares before it too. It was a coincidence, but it worked out because it sounds like it goes together. If you listen to the snare and then you listen to the fill, it fits perfectly together, so it worked out great. That's one of the fills, another one here. At the end there, you can hear like this glitch. I had a whole entire folder filled of glitches that I had made years ago. And I mentioned in my last video that I was doing a massive cleanup of all my sounds on my computer. And when I came across that folder, because I really didn't ever use that folder, I didn't use glitches a lot in my music. And when I found that folder, I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna use that for something. And then when I was making these fills that day, I thought, yeah, I'm gonna pull something from that folder, and yeah, sounds pretty cool. And then let's see, one more we got here. There's another glitch too, and this, I guess I used it in a bunch of different fills, but yeah, it's pretty cool. This one I cut on purpose here. I've done that before. Sometimes, like if you listen to my music, you'll notice at certain points in the song, sometimes there'll be a brief moment of silence for like a second or two. And I do that on purpose just to kind of give it more of an impact. And what else? What else? I think this is kind of the same thing that I did with the last song, was I ended on the reverb, and then that reverb will fade out and it will continue into the beginning again. It's not going to loop because I have things down here which I'm probably going to delete when I continue on this. This stuff down here is just stuff that I'm considering if I want to add more layers onto the beginning. For example, here I'll show you. This is the beginning is just one ambient pad right now. And I was considering whether or not I wanted to add some more stuff on top of that. And I do kind of like where I'm going with this, but as you can see, it's not even labeled. So it's not labeled, it's not colored. Is it even on a mixer track? It's not even on a mixer track. So yeah, I just put this here the last time I was working on it, and I'm deciding whether or not I'm going to continue with this or not. But here's what it sounds like. Well, that's the idea anyway. It's not on a mixer track, so it's not mixed. It's not going to let the other pad breathe. I don't know if I'm going to continue with that or if I'm just going to leave this other pad, because what I've noticed is that sometimes when something sounds good, sometimes you should just leave it alone. Sometimes I have ambience that sounds really good and I think, okay, it sounds good, let me add more layers to it, and sometimes this works out great. I have an album out called Towers of Darkness, and the whole entire album is nothing but dark ambience. And every song on there, it consists of so many layers on each song is just composed of so many layers. And that works sometimes. If you have an entire song that's nothing but ambience, like I'm talking a track anywhere from 3 to 4 minutes to 8 or 9 minutes. Alright, that pad has to evolve, and you're gonna fade out one pad, it's gonna fade into another. You want good stereo separation, there's gonna be a lot of movement. So there's a reason to have so many layers in music like that. But in a dubstep song or in a rhythm song like this, I find that it's less necessary to have a lot of layers, because for one, I already layered a couple pads together just to make this pad to begin with. When I made this pad, it's actually not just one pad, there's like 3 of them. It already is layered to begin with, and the fact that it only lasts from, let's see how long this lasts. This lasts a whopping 13 seconds. So within that 13 seconds, there's not really a lot of room for that pad to be evolving and fading into other pads. There's just not a lot of time for it to do a whole lot. So with songs like this, I'm finding that it's better if I just have one pad or maybe 2 pads and then just kind of leave it there as just like so you can get in the mood. So you're just kind of like introduced to this eeriness, like you're just lost in the forest, or like you're just like lost in a mist. You're not in a good place. That's what I was thinking when I was doing all this. I don't actually know if I'm going to continue adding layers to this or not, but I might though. I really don't know. I don't know what else to explain. Everything else is pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to start making tutorials soon, like I said in my other video, and I'm definitely going to do a tutorial on sub bass and risers. And if there's any kind of sound that you like in this drop that you want me to show you how I did, then go ahead and leave a comment and leave a timestamp so I know what sound you're talking about, and then I might do a tutorial and show you guys how to make that sound.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and comment, subscribe and check out our other videos.
So halfway through I stopped and I put a filter. So halfway through, I put the filter and just opened up the filter more as they, and then I just opened up the filter more as it, as the, so yeah, there we go and then I, so yeah, obviously you can hear what I did here. So yeah, that is the sweep right there. Because so I'm not going to show you that right now because I'm going to probably manipulate that more. And yeah, so the drop, then we get over here into the drop.